like it once.
Hey, what is up, guys? It is great to see you all again. And if you're new here, I'm Patrick, and this is where I ramble about tech and other stuff. So guys, full disclosure, I was not going to review these AirPods Pro 2. In fact, I wasn't even going to buy them. I bought the first generation AirPods Pro not too long ago, and I was perfectly happy with them. I wouldn't consider myself an audiophile per se. And for me, for the longest time, the way I viewed Bluetooth buds was they needed to be functional. They needed to fit my ears well, they need to sound decent, and have good battery life. So for many years, I used a pair of Jabra Elite 65Ts, and I was fine with those, especially since they form a really tight seal with my ear, and my experience with the regular AirPods had been that they don't stay in my ear. Until some people in one of my techie WhatsApp groups started gushing over the original AirPods Pro, and I got curious, especially because these had rubber tips, and those generally fit my ears quite well. What I was already a huge fan of is how well Apple stuff communicates together. I mean, I don't know any other brand that has such an efficient ecosystem of products. And so I decided to order a pair of AirPods Pro, the originals. And let me tell you, I haven't touched my Jabra since. Not because I felt that the audio was so much better, it wasn't, but the way they seamlessly connect with and switch between all of my Apple products made me fall in love with my AirPods Pro. And there's a couple of other things that I really like, such as the small form factor, good battery life. I'm a big fan of spatial audio. I know that's not for everyone, but I really like it. And of course, the amazing ANC. I was used to my Sony XM4s, which have fantastic noise canceling, and I was absolutely impressed with the ANC on the Apple AirPods Pro. So there's a lot to like. But like I said, they still work really well, and I didn't feel I needed an upgrade, especially since I'd already spent a small fortune on a new iPhone 14 Pro and this amazing Apple Watch Ultra. And guys, I do encourage you to watch my videos on this thing because it's absolutely amazing. Anyway, I digress. I wasn't going to order the AirPods Pro 2, but then some of you guys started asking for a review in the comments, and that created enough of an itch in the back of my head to make me want to order them. And guys, thank you for pushing me because I'm so glad I did. I thought these would just be an incremental upgrade from the OG Pros, but boy, was I wrong. So from a design perspective, at first sight, they look pretty similar. Same size, same dimensions, same glossy plastic, and even the actual buds look almost identical. And keeping the same dimensions has some advantages, like being able to use your current accessories, like this nice leather case by Nomad. It looks like hell, and that's exactly how I like it. I think leather looks best after it's received a good beating. Still, there's quite a few differences, starting with the case. Unfortunately, the new Pros still come with a Lightning port. However, that most likely will change because of the new EU regulations, but for this year, we're stuck with this. The second gen Pros come with a lanyard loop, but of course, the lanyard is not included in the box. We are talking about Apple after all. Also new is the speaker, and that thing will play a tone when the battery's low, when pairing's done, or when it's placed on a charger. But more importantly, it can help you locate your AirPods when you're using precision finding with the Find My app, which is possible now thanks to the new U1 chip. We all know how easy it is to lose a pair of these, so it's definitely a very useful feature. You may also have noticed that I've had these engraved. Now, normally, I would never do that. I believe this whole free engraving business is a very clever ploy by Apple to make it impossible for us to return any goods after purchase. And of course, having things engraved also doesn't help if you like to sell your gadgets after upgrading. Still, I chose to engrave these AirPods because A, I generally hang on to my Bluetooth buds until they die, and that is one of the advantages of this upgrade because it means that I finally have a dedicated pair of nightstand AirPods. No more looking for my pods at night, they will just live there from now on. And B, because I personally believe that selling earbuds is kind of gross. We literally twist these things into our ears, and I'm not that keen on swapping earwax with someone. So for me, these buds are a very personal item, hence my decision to engrave. There are also some invisible changes, most notably the fact that this case can now be charged via an Apple Watch charger. Not only can the original AirPods Pro not do that, they will not even stay in place, and that is because the magnet array has changed on the new Pros, specifically for this purpose. Even when you pick up the cable, the AirPods will stay attached, and that's pretty cool. And of course, they can still be charged using regular Qi chargers as well as via the Lightning cable. I did notice that unfortunately, the Apple Watch charger will not work when you have a case on, so that's something to consider. Now, for the actual buds, the form factor and fit are still exactly the same, which is fine for me because they fit my ears perfectly right out of the box, which means the medium-sized tips. The difference this year is that Apple has included extra small tips. So even if the small tips don't fit your ears, these might actually bring the solution for you. For me, it's absolutely crucial that Bluetooth buds fit perfectly as I use them mostly in the gym and I really don't need them falling out of my ears. The vent on the back is in the exact same location, but the proximity sensor has been relocated from the bottom to the side and the mic has moved from the side to the top. And that's about it for visible changes. But of course, as our mothers used to tell us, it's what's on the inside that counts. And there are quite a few upgrades there. So while the controls are very similar to the first gen, we still have the force touch buttons on the stem that you can use to activate active noise cancelling, transparency mode, and of course play, pause, next track and all that. The innovation on the second gen Pros is that we can now adjust the volume by sliding over the stems. You can slide up for volume up and down to lower the volume. This is a really important upgrade to me because before you had to actually whip out your iPhone or your Apple Watch if you own one to adjust the volume, which I find quite annoying, especially in the middle of a workout. And yes, you can use Siri, but do you really want to be that guy? Apple baked in a little noise every time you slide it up or down, so you know that it worked. It's almost like a haptic feedback. It's very subtle, but it adds to the experience. More important than anything else for me is the noise cancellation, especially in places like the gym. Between the chatter of fellow gym goers and the poor music selection, it is really important to me that I can drown out all of that so I can enjoy my own music, a podcast, or an audiobook. And I'm very happy to report that the ANC on the AirPods Pro 2 is even better than the Gen 1s. According to Apple, this is thanks to their new H2 chip that makes use of improved algorithms to reduce more of the background noise. Now, obviously, it's very difficult to let you hear this in a YouTube video, but I can show you by using the Noise app on my Apple Watch Ultra, which should show you the exact decibel reduction caused by the AirPods Pro 2. I'm not sure how accurate this all is. All I can say that I can comfortably listen to whatever is playing without hearing anything else. Now, there's always that one guy in the gym that doesn't understand that wearing headphones is actually code for leave me alone, and that will give you one of these. Thankfully, the H2 chip also improved the transparency mode with something called adaptive transparency, which lets in sounds while keeping out the harsh noises. So all you have to do to hear what Jimbro has to say is press and hold the stem on your pod so you can hear them when they ask you how many sets you have left on that machine. You would think that all of this would eat into the battery, but the new Pros actually have improved battery life, up to 6 hours of listening, 5.5 when using ANC, and up to 30 hours with a charging case included. Now, that's all great, but how do they actually sound? And guys, this is where I tell you that the upgrade might be actually worth it for you if sound quality is what you're after. I can't quite put my finger on it, and I wish I could actually let you hear it, but the music just sounds fuller and richer, and especially the bass seems to have improved quite a bit. It's very present, but it's not obtrusive, so the sound is still very clear. Now, spatial audio is one of those things you either love or you hate. Personally, I'm a huge fan, and Apple has introduced personalized spatial audio whereby the Face ID sensor is used to map your ear, which should then help create a sound profile tailored to your specific ears. I'm not sure to what extent this actually works. All I can say is that spatial audio sounds fantastic and I have it on all the time. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that takes a flat way of listening and turns it into a very immersive experience. I really love it, but I'm mindful that it's not for everyone. And thankfully, if you're one of those people, you can simply turn it off. So guys, is it worth upgrading to the AirPods Pro 2? I mean, they're better in every single way. Better sound, more features, better controls. They're just a bit better at everything. But $250 is a lot of money, and $300 if you live in Europe. And if you already own a pair of original Pros and the battery life is still decent, I don't think you're missing out that much that you must upgrade. Yeah, they're better, but they're not leaps better. Then again, if you have the cash to burn, or you have a compelling reason to upgrade, like having your own YouTube channel, you will definitely not be disappointed by the Gen 2s. And isn't it nice to have a pair of dedicated nightstand buds? Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please get one of these. It really does help the channel. Subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.